Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the only YouTube channel that never has and never will pull any punches. I apologize for missing a video. This has been a really crazy week. Let's start out with this.
It's a long way until November. We got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
Now, what did we just hear? This wasn't one of Biden's senile moments. This was one of the moments where he's actually showing his true colors. If the tone of your skin is darker than other people's, if your skin is black, you owe him your vote. You do not get any more racist or arrogant than that. We all know this has been the liberals' plan for years. This is why they're so keen on letting illegal immigrants into the country. I mean, it's just to buy votes. I mean, everyone knows it. But he actually said it this time. I don't know, maybe it was a senile moment. I mean, maybe he just forgot what his handlers told him and just blurted out the first thing that came to his mind, which is the truth. If I was black, I would be outraged if I heard this. He's assuming that I'm so stupid that him telling me, because of the color of your skin, you owe me a vote. He's assuming that I'm just going to roll over and do as he says. Their liberal overlords in the past 40 years have gotten them so dependent that it's an unspoken rule that you do as they say. But this guy comes out and in front of everybody, he says, this is what we think you are. We think you are a voting bloc, nothing more. You mean nothing to us other than the votes that you can give us. Everyone accuses Trump and other conservatives of being Nazis and racists. Quick Google search turns up the definition of racism. Prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism directed against someone of a different race based on the belief that one's own race is superior. Similar, the belief that all members of each race possess characteristics or abilities specific to that race, especially so as to distinguish it as inferior or superior to another race or races. So essentially, it's clumping people together, us against them. I mean, in its most basic sense, it's a natural instinct. But I have never seen racism more clearly defined as in this one statement by Biden. You're black, you vote for us. This is the pinnacle of racism. And he's doing it like he's patronizing them. Oh, you owe me your vote because I'm going to do what's best for you. Because you're black. What happened to being Americans? Not black, white, Christian, non-Christian, atheist, whatever. What happened to being Americans? At least he's shown his true colors. Here's some positive news for a change. This chart by worldometers.com shows daily deaths in the United States. Just 2 days ago, there was one day where in the entire United States, which is 350 million people, there were 500 deaths due to coronavirus. It hasn't been that low since March 27th, which is just the beginning of when things started spiking. So basically, the pandemic is over. Now, you will notice that the last day, just today, huge spike. Like I noted before, this data is obviously being manipulated. Huge spikes, up and down, up and down, up and down. That is not how pandemics work. I've said that before and I'll say it again. But if you look at the overall trend, this thing is over. You can talk about second waves all you want. Personally, I believe there will be a second wave, but it's going to be like the flu. Look at this article. CDC, 80,000 people died of flu last winter in the United States. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. 80,000 people died from the flu, which no one is afraid of. Obviously, no one wants to get the flu, but no one has any fear of the flu. I mean, unless you're like 86 and you're very frail. The general population has zero fear from the flu, and that claimed 80,000 lives just last winter. This thing right now in the United States is only 102,000. It is slightly worse than the flu. No, I rephrase that. I will not say that. It is as bad as the flu. So the long and short of it is we're through this thing. I mean, it's over for now. I'm not worried. I have zero worry anymore. Other than work, I don't go out that much, so the lockdown isn't affecting me. The one thing that I don't get and that scares me a lot is how now that all of this is over, all of my friends, people that I talk to, they're not afraid anymore. And they're saying that we should reopen. Nothing has changed. Media are still predicting the end of the world unless we stay locked down. I'm wondering how, as Americans, people who spread out across the country fighting Indians, bears, alligators, climbing mountains, freezing to death, this people, how it gave up its freedoms without a whimper. That is what really gets me. Inside of 2 months, half the freedoms that you enjoy were taken away. Freedom of speech, because, social media, Facebook, YouTube, taking posts down that contradict anything that Fauci or his liberal cronies say. So freedom of speech, freedom of religion. In my state, the governor released an edict saying that churches may stay closed another year. Churches! But Walmart is considered necessary. Can you explain it? I mean, freedom of religion is gone in Illinois right now. Freedom to petition the government with this lockdown thing where you're not supposed to have however many people in a group 10. I don't care because I don't follow it. You can't assemble. I mean, how did people cave so quickly and without a whimper? Does the media really have that much power over them, over their minds? Even now with the state opening, every single person had a mask on. How? That's what's got me scared. This tweet basically sums up what I'm thinking. I mean, this guy thinks like me, and especially the last bolded sentence is what really gets me. What happened? What happened? You used to be able to think for yourselves. Why are you not able to think for yourselves now? Why? Explain it to me. I mean, if you want to be stupid in your own way, go for it. American dream. You can do whatever you want. Fine. But don't make me pay for your stupid decisions. Now, for all my rantings and ravings, I am actually interested in this question, and I'm just asking you so you think about it. However, I believe I found the answer. It's summed up in this short quote. Take a look. This, I believe, if you were to take the top 10 axioms in the entire history of the world, the ones that mean the most, have the most impact, this would be in the top 10. Hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. Weak men create hard times. It's a cycle. Recently, we were living in very good times. Very prosperous. Best country in the world. Huge economy. But it's bred laziness. People like at the beginning of my video who vote for Democrats simply because of the color of their skin and that they've been conditioned to do so. Relaxed standards. Relaxed moral codes. All of these things are contributing to weak men. Right now, we have a generation of weak men, and we are headed to hard times. I mean, I see it so clearly, and it eats away at me that other people do not see it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the tirade for today. Things haven't gotten too far out of control yet. We can still fix them. I just hope we can do it in time. So please pray for this country. If you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't, please let me know so I can fix it. And again, I apologize for missing a video. I'll catch you next time. Thanks for your attention. God bless.